How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So what I really want to talk about in today's video is going to be 5 things that I've learned over the course of my first month doing YouTube. So if you're a new creator or someone looking to create content down the line, make sure you watch to the end of this video because I feel like there's a lot of eye-opening things that I've learned over the course of this last month that I want to make sure that I can be able to share with the rest of you guys as well. I feel like what I've learned over the course of this last short stint has taught me so much, and I feel like some of this I wish I would have known a little bit earlier on before I started to create YouTube, because if I did, I feel like I maybe would have had a little bit more courage to start creating content a little bit earlier on, and I would have wasted so much less time at the end of it as well. So I feel like the first thing that we need to talk about is creating content and creating videos in general is just not that hard. Sometimes what we struggle with the most is overcomplicating the entire process. And honestly, if you're anything like me, you'll watch video after video after video about all the things that you need to do to be able to create your own video for your own channel, when the fact of the matter is none of that stuff is really that important. Again, getting back to the point of it's easier than what you think, that's really what you need to do is you need to just simplify the entire process, literally just hit record and just start talking. I think in order for anyone to really just get out there and make a video, there's really just 2 things that you need, and that's going to be the subject of what you want to talk about, and then maybe just a few bullet points and talking points of what's going to carry the weight through your video. And if really you just start there and you just start super simple and you don't overcomplicate it, the goal is for you to ultimately make your first YouTube video. Because that was something that I ultimately noticed is once I made my first YouTube video, I kind of questioned myself on why I waited so long to make it, because it honestly wasn't that hard. And I just really wanted to post something and put it out there just so I can say that I officially started my channel. And once it was all said and done, again, I kind of learned and talked myself through it. And I was like, why did I wait so many years to be able to finally post my first video ever? So at the end of the day, just don't doubt yourself. Just push record, get in front of the camera, talk about anything and everything. It honestly does not matter, because from a new content creator space, what your main goal is really just to post your first video. Just post it. And I promise you, after you post it, you can critique yourself, you can learn, you can do everything under the sun. But the one thing that you'll absolutely learn is it's not that hard. Tip number 2, and something that I learned, is gonna be your videos get better over time. I kind of mentioned earlier, you want to be able to press record and just post your first video. Your first video should honestly be pretty dang awful. I think everyone is guilty about being your own worst critic, and I think it would do everyone a favor if you just lowered the bar. If you just lowered the bar and allowed yourself to be able to create your first video and stop critiquing yourself before you even start, you're gonna see so much more success at the end of the day, because you just get yourself in front of the camera and you're gonna be able to learn as you post more content and more videos down the line. Once you post more videos, like that's when the fun begins, because you're able to tweak the concept of your videos. You're able to tweak the context. You're able to tweak just, how you show up in front of the camera, how you talk in front of the camera. And then that's where the fun begins, because you're able to learn so much about creating the content, then you really start to get immersed in the YouTube space. And again, time and time again, when you're recording these videos, you're editing them, you're posting them, everything just gets easier. And so you start to get quicker on, how you set up the different angles that you want. You start to get quicker on filming it, editing it, posting it, kind of so on and so forth. And then that's where you're going to be able to learn the most, because then you can start to spend time on how to create some context in your videos and how to create a thumbnail and kind of so on and so forth. But the main goal here is to really just start. Know that you're gonna be awful, be okay with posting an awful video, and learn and enjoy the journey. I encourage you honestly to check out my channel to be able to look at all the videos that I posted, because at this point, I think this will only be my 5th video, maybe my 4th video that I posted so far within this month. And you can see the progression on ultimately how I've been able to show up for every single one of these videos. From my first to my second to my third, it is a night and day difference at the end of it all. Tip number 3, and the thing that I know we're all absolutely guilty of, is going to be you don't need all the equipment to start making YouTube videos. You do not need a fancy camera to be able to create YouTube videos whatsoever. So honestly, the only 2 pieces of equipment that you truly need to be able to start a YouTube channel is a camera in your cell phone and then maybe a tripod. Outside of those 2, that is really it, and there's nothing else that you truly need. That's the best thing that you can do, again, is simplify the process. Put your phone on a tripod, press record, just talk about something and anything, and then you'll see how easy it is, and then that'll prove to yourself that you don't need all this fancy gear. Tip number 4 is being planful will go a really, really long way. I get it, we all live busy lives, and where being planful really helps is to be able to tell yourself, I want to be able to create a video on this specific day. If you plan it, it will happen. And that's my recommendation to everyone. Everyone's life is on a regimen to some degree, and so you know the days that you have a little bit of time to spare to be able to maybe invest in creating some content. And so really what you're gonna wanna do is tell yourself, I wanna be able to film a video on this day. Because if you tell yourself, I have to film a video on this day and give yourself a time frame, then you're gonna be able to do some homework and you're gonna say, hey, this is what I wanna talk about. These are gonna be my talking points, kind of so on and so forth. And you need to force yourself to sit down, press record, and make a video on that day. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean to start and finish the process in one day. Your goal is to literally just say, I want to film a video and film it that day. Your other goal should be, I want to post it this day as well. Because if you figure out those 2 date frames for you, the date that you want to create the video and the day that you want to post the video, you're gonna have to do all the legwork that gets you from point A to point B. But I'm a firm believer, just like that old adage, if you build it, they will come. And so that's where it's gonna be really important to schedule it out, give yourself the opportunity in the light of day to take this stuff seriously and have a little fun being invested in the process. So bonus tip before we get into my last tip that I have for you guys. My bonus tip is film as much content as possible. God bless the post-production space. You will feel so grateful for yourself when you just press record and you just don't stop talking. You just keep on talking, you mess up, you fumble, you have to repeat a few lines, whatever the case may be. You start to realize how easy it is to delete, to cut, to edit certain items, or even just, remove it entirely. But in order for you to still create some relatively decent content, just press record and don't stop recording. Talk about everything under the sun. Even if you fumble, even if you mess up, you can never really have too much video to work with in the post-production space. And my last tip, and probably the most important one of them all, is no one cares about your video. Now, I can't help but laugh, but what does that mean? I feel like even at least for me, I didn't want to post any videos because I was always so scared of what other people may think. I was scared of family seeing it, friends seeing it, whatever the case is. And so that's what really held me back from making any type of videos, is because I was so terrified of anyone seeing it that I knew personally. Being in front of a camera is relatively vulnerable, and especially when you're starting to kind of get your start in the video space, in the YouTube space, like I kind of mentioned earlier, your first videos are going to be absolutely terrible and absolutely awful. And a lot of us that are looking to get into the creative space, we're pretty fearful. We're pretty fearful of being judged by others, but that's why I'm here to tell you that no one cares about the video that you're gonna post. When you really think about it, any of your closest personal friends, they're never gonna stumble across your videos. Sure, if you're putting it out there and saying, follow me, and you're putting it in your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever the case is, sure, people are gonna be able to see some of your videos, absolutely. But if you're not doing that and you're just posting videos in the YouTube space, and you're not doing any type of marketing for yourself on any of your other social platforms, then there is a very, very, very minimal chance that someone you actually know will see one of your videos. So I'm here to tell you, stop being your biggest doubter. Stop scaring yourself of creating any of the content. You don't need any of the fancy equipment or gear. You don't need any fancy camera. You don't need to think about an entire script and a thumbnail and the post-production work and none of that. all you need to do is start. Start, enjoy the journey, and have a little fun. Shoot, I think at this point, like I said, I'm a little over a month into doing YouTube. I think I've posted, after this will be my 4th video. I've gained a whopping 0 subscribers through this entire process, but really what I'm focused on is learning, having fun, getting used to the content that I'm creating, and hopefully I can create something down the way that's enjoyable for people to watch, and they feel like my content is valuable enough for them to subscribe to my channel. So on that note, if you want to continue to see this creative space and this creative channel evolve, feel free to stick around, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video as well, because all that stuff helps out so much. And I truly will appreciate if you subscribe to this channel as well, because again, I'm relatively new into the content space, and I'm planning on sharing every bit of my journey so I can take you guys along with me to be able to learn with me as well. But outside of that, guys, that's all I really got for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.